Hi everyone, David MacDonald here from Fitness Calgary. We're going to go over your exercise of the week. Exercise of the week is a TRX Tricep Extension. So we're going to go over what form should look like, how you want to set up, and a couple things that you want to remember when you're in the movement. So when you're setting up on the TRX Tricep Extension, you want to face away from the anchor. So the anchor point is up top, and there's basically three ways you can face an anchor point. You can face it directly, you can face away from the anchor point, or you can be sideways to the anchor point. So we're going to be away from the anchor point, and what we're going to do is we're going to have our arms in this position here. Okay, so a couple things we want to keep in mind. We always want to have the upper arm parallel to the ground. So that upper arm is never dropping below parallel, and it's never going above parallel. So that's a very common mistake people make, is they either go above parallel or they go below parallel. Okay, so neither of which we want. Okay, we always want to be at that parallel point in the movement. Okay, the reason why is if you start to go above or beyond parallel, you start to transfer the stress from the muscle to the joint. When you go above parallel, we start to work more into the shoulder joint. We go below parallel, we start to work more into the elbow joint. Okay, when we're at parallel, we're actually working the muscle and putting all of the force and stress into the muscle. So that's one of the reasons why we want to do that. So parallel to the ground, shoulders are down, our eyes are always looking straight ahead, so we're never lifting up, we're never dropping that head down, we're always keeping those eyes forward. And then what we're going to do is, while we stay parallel with the arms, we're going to bend through the elbows. Okay, so when I say bend through the elbows, is you're going to be bending through here while your upper arm stays parallel to the ground. Okay, so it is a lot to think about initially, but once you get the hang of it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So you're going to bend through the elbows. As you bend through the elbows, your body's naturally going to come forward. Okay, and those arms should stay as parallel as possible, and then you're going to come back. So again, you're bending through the elbows, naturally coming forward. Okay, when you get to the point where your head is at the handles of the straps, you're going to straighten your arms and come all the way back, keeping those shoulders down and back the whole time. And you're keeping your abs engaged as well. Another common mistake we're going to see on this is we're going to see the butt going back, we're going to see the hips dropping, so lack of core engagement. Okay, so when we're in that position, we also want to make sure we're tucking under, squeezing the abs and keeping them squeezed, because that's going to prevent us from going into the low back, or from sagging down, or from shooting the hips back. Okay, that's why core is so important on this movement. It's going to really facilitate good posture. So we got to tuck under, brace the abs, bending through the elbows to come forward, straightening through the arms to come back, keeping those arms parallel to the ground at all times, having those hips move back and forth. Okay, so if you are going to be doing the TRX Tricep Extension, the three things that I would encourage you to keep in mind are: number one, arms are always parallel to the ground. Okay? Number two, you're always bending through the elbows to come forward, straightening through the arms to come back, while you keep those arms parallel to the ground. So that's number two. Number three, okay, you're always engaging the abs. So your pelvis is tucked under, and you're squeezing that stomach and keeping it squeezed. Okay, and those are three very important things to focus on, and that will really help you in the movement. Now, another thing we'll give you as a last minute tip here is, if you're finding the TRX Tricep Extension difficult, you can walk to an upright position like this. Alternatively, you can also go into a bit of a split stance. And when you get into a bit of a split stance, it actually increases the stability of the movement. So it's making it easier. Okay, so you don't have to engage as much core strength. And the same things apply. You're going to bend through the elbows to come forward, straighten through the arms to come back. Okay, nice and easy. And now you have a wider base of support with the split stance. Okay, so again, that's a TRX Tricep Extension. Those are all the different ways that you can do the movement, and those are the different things that you want to remember for technique and form. I'm David MacDonald from Fitness Calgary. Thanks so much for watching.